What's up everybody? Chana D, your Techno dad here, and I got a cool unboxing for you today. It's the Klipsch RP-450C center channel speaker. I know, didn't I just get the 250C? I did. And we're gonna find out why I upgraded and check it out right after the jump. And I am back. Okay, so first things first, before I get started with this video, I want to let you know that I am selling my Klipsch RP-450C. It's in mint condition. Go ahead and follow my Twitter account, and I'll post the eBay link to Twitter when I get it uploaded and ready to rock. So that's the first thing. Second thing is my reasoning. Why did I want to upgrade again? So the reason behind it, when I upgraded my center channel, in my mind, I was thinking about getting the RP-260F, the floor standing speakers with the 6.5-inch woofers. But due to Klipsch's sale, the buy two floor standing speakers and get a subwoofer for free, I ended up going big and picking up a pair of the RP-280F. They have the dual 8-inch woofers, and that came with the free 12-inch subwoofer, which is what I really wanted. So after this month or so with all these new speakers, I noticed something. I noticed my center channel was kind of dwarfed by these big mains. And I would run my center channel volume up maybe 2 to 4 dB higher than 0. And that kind of evened things out, but I still felt like the speaker was underperforming due to the massive tower speakers that I have. So I found out the Klipsch RP-450C is actually on sale right now for $519, down from $650. So it's $130 off. And then I found an open box one that was in mint condition on eBay and got that for $449. So I was like, you know what? Why not? So I went ahead and ordered it. And mind you, I ordered it before I measured and before I actually checked it out. Big mistake on my part. So one of the cool things I found out when I looked up the speaker while it was on its way over to me was that Klipsch calls it a 2.5-way speaker. That got me intrigued, so I looked into it a little bit further. And it turns out they use a couple of different crossovers in the speaker. So they didn't just add 2 more speakers and make the cabinet bigger. Well, they did that, and they added another set of crossovers. So let's put up this graphic from Klipsch so everybody can read along. The outer woofers cover the 58 Hz to 500 Hz range. The inner woofers cover the 500 to 1500 range, and the tweeter covers 1500 to 25,000. So that was pretty cool. I had no idea, and I looked it up, and cool, awesome. It's also really big. Here's a speaker in the box on its side next to an RP-280. Yes, I realize it's still in the box, but look, that's still pretty big. So you need to make sure your TV stand can handle it. So let's move to that section. So here's what the TV stand looks like right now. Okay, I've got to move this printer out of the way and move the Oppo and the cable box down. And then over here on this side, I need to move the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One S. They need to move into the middle. And then I need to take the Denon and move it down. So all right, enough gilding the lily. Let's get on upstairs, unbox this thing, and set it up. Yeah! Whoa! Is that thing big or is that thing big? It's pretty damn big. And luckily I had enough room in my TV stand to put it in there. A lot of people don't have the kind of TV stand I have. They actually have compartments, and you'd have to either put the speaker on top of the TV stand and then put your TV on top of it, or if you wall mount your TV, this speaker needs to go on top of your TV stand. Basically, thing's huge. So my first impressions, it's huge. Now, I plugged it in, and last night we watched Rogue One on the 250C. Today, I went through and watched the fighting scenes with the 450C. And I gotta tell you, even my wife says it's much louder, it's crisper. What's interesting is that there's so much information coming into that center channel. We've got explosions, we've got gunfire, we've got people talking, which really makes me think more about the crossovers. Klipsch had thought about it and had these speakers doing specific jobs. I'm super impressed by the fact that Klipsch wanted to do something like that to actually utilize the speakers in a better way. Instead of just having all four woofers having the same crossover and the same information, it's really not going to do too much. It might be a perceived doubling in output because there's two more drivers in there, but actually having them crossed over in the way that they've set it up is very smart. And big ups to Klipsch on that one. The next thing I did was I watched a couple of scenes of John Wick, and they were pretty awesome because you got a bunch of gunfire coming right through the center channel. You have glass breaking, a little bit of grunting and talking, and the speakers handling that through the three sections. You got some really, really bright, glass breaking. You've got gunshots kind of on the lower end, and you've got a little bit of screaming or whatever happening. Could be on the high end, could be on the low end. So this thing is really working to get all the material out in the best way possible. It's really cool. There's the other scene in John Wick when they're in the nightclub and they're shooting up a whole bunch of stuff, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. There's glass breaking, tables being rolled around, gunfire, people talking. There's the background music, which is also coming from the center channel and the mains. So it's just working through all that stuff, and it handled it like a champ. I did have the volume cranked pretty high because I wanted to demo it. And my wife's like, "This is loud. This is too loud." Now, I did not change the crossover point. It's still at 80. I've heard people on the internet saying that you can set this up as a full range speaker. I don't know about all that. I can imagine that they're not sending too much bass heavy information to a center channel, but I'm not sure, and that would depend production house to production house. So I'm not sure. I will give it a go though. So when I find a movie that won't be blocked due to copyright, I'll set up a link in this description or a card or something like that to show you guys the difference in having it full range and having the mains full range without a subwoofer, with a subwoofer, with the crossover, without the crossover, a few different configurations with the same source material. So that's what I'm going to try to do in the next week or two. So be patient on that one. I have to take my studio microphones upstairs and make sure there's nobody there in the house, and that's kind of like tough right now. To conclude this video, I would recommend if you have some really big floor standing speakers, 6.5 inch, possibly even 8-inch woofers on your main speakers, and you have a center channel that only has 2 woofers in it, 5.25s, or even 6.5s, I would recommend checking out this Klipsch RP-450C. If you're like me and had to boost up the center channel volume, then maybe something bigger with these crossovers might benefit your system. I don't know. Check it out. But I'm saying go big and then go home and watch a movie. It's going to be awesome. That's all I have for you today. If you like this video, go ahead, smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe using the button in the middle of your screen here. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.